that according to the prophetic hadith or tradition, there is going to be a revival in every century. Did you say this?
Asalam couldn't read and write. Hold on a second. All the prophets couldn't read and write. This is nothing to do with them. God is with them.
If you know that either one of these 5 caliphs is a Mujaddid, tell us. If you don't know, simply say I don't know.
Well, listen to what you said, what Muhammad said, and then you played the Caliph. It's quite clear that what you were saying wasn't true. Really, you've lost really badly. So you can laugh all you like. You're laughing at your defeat on this particular point.
But I put you under oath. Did he answer my question?
No, he didn't. I'm afraid. I'm seriously, Daud.
Can you please request Daud? I don't like this giggling and laughing because it just makes the whole discussion very non-serious. That the prophethood is continued. But Caliph is telling us that in this last 1,000 years, not even a revival can come. I said translate the term.
You become hyper. Hold on a second.
Nobody is hyper. Nobody is hyper. Did Mirza Ghulam Qadiani use 2 Urdu words? One is Akhri, the other is Mujaddid. Akhri means last, Mujaddid means reviver. Why are you laughing?
But the question is, after the Prophet Muhammad, we're talking about all these 13, 14 centuries of really good Islamic scholars.
Yes. Every century had a Mujaddid.
Yeah.
I have a list of 13 there with me. Every century.
So these were really, really wise people, weren't they?
But they were Mujaddideen. They were special people. Every century there was.
The question is, did Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, did he reject what they said? Did he reject their
no.
theological interpretations?
Let me explain. If you give me 1 minute, can you give me one? The spiritual system goes like this. The son of each series is the main prophet. Like Moses was the son of them. And every century they had 14 prophets. Jesus was the 14th. So that is what I'm saying. The sun goes down, the stars come out, and stars are those people who take light from there. Don't have their own time. And every day that among those stars, there's one moon and that moon goes grow. And the 14th is the Messiah. This system has always worked in this system. And that's exactly 1400 years. And we had 13 years. 13, we have Mujaddideen, and the 14th was a big Mujaddid with the full light of the same prophet. He is also the same. He don't have light of his own. So this is the system. We are skilled people in this. So please go on.
You seem to be skilled because you seem to have dismissed what the 1300 years of what the previous scholars had said.
I have a list of all 13 scholars, and I believe in them.
Yeah.
I have a list of that. I can exactly now tell you all the list of 14. I have in my brain.
Okay, wait. Declan, basically, I just want to, we discussed that part, heaven, etc. I just want to demonstrate something right now, because I did not say that, he mentioned that. Okay, Daud, did you say that according to Hadith, there will be a revival in every century? Did you say this?
Yes, Mujaddidin, yes.
Every 100 years.
No problem. It is in Urdu, it's called Mujaddid, Declan. In English, you call it revival. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, is it going to be in every century? Daud?
It was in every century, yes.
Okay.
Was in every century.
I'm saying is that the system of what I'm saying, but the system.
Daud, you said.
Let me talk, and then afterwards you can talk. The system.
Let me ask you the question. You don't need to talk irrelevant thing, brother. Look at this one. I'm asking you a simple question. You are the one who said that according to the prophetic hadith or tradition, there is going to be a revival in every century. Did you say this?
Yes.
Okay.
So there will be one in this century.
If normally every century has it, one person like that. But if there's a Khilafah, then the Khilafat, because it's been done by Allah as well, one of the main Khalifa may be that. It's like that. And I personally think, this is my own personal thing.
You think the current Khalifa could be the person that would fill that role?
Let me talk.
Let me make it intelligible. Declan, can you read something on the screen right now so you can see what is the hadith?
All the beginning of every century, Allah will send to the Ummah someone who will renew its religion at the understanding. But this is exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, no problem, brother. No problem, brother. Daud, no problem.
I have a list of all those 13 people.
My dear brother, let's cool down. Let's people understand what's being discussed. Okay, the hadith says, which you have quoted, we have presented with the reference, that there is going to be a revival in every century. Correct?
Yes.
According to this hadith, there has to be a reviver because Mirza Ghulam Qadiani claimed that he is the reviver of the 14th century, correct?
Yes, exactly.
And now we are sitting in the 15th century, correct?
Yes.
Okay, who's the reviver of this century?
I'm just telling you, this is, if you listen to me, I personally think, this is because they never claim, I personally think Umar was, because the first son, you just listen to me, when the sun goes down, who is the son of that, then the stars come out. Now, among among those stars, there's a little moon which cannot be seen for some time. I don't know if you've seen it. And I personally think, I don't know, this is my way, I think probably Umar was that. I can be wrong in there, but because they never say this.
I'm asking you about the 15th century.
And then if there's if the Khilafat keeps on going on, then that person.
It's the fifth Caliph. That's who you're saying it is.
Among those Caliphs, then one for the century will be special Caliph, because the system goes like.
No, it's not the current Caliph. It'll be the next one.
I don't know who he is, but the system goes always like the moon has to go like that.
Okay, Declan.
But I mean, if it's the current Caliph, you've already told us that you don't think that the current Caliph is a top class Marubi. That he's not the theological scholar you would go to in the.
Rasulullah couldn't read and write. Hold on a second. All the prophets couldn't read and write. This is nothing to do with them. God is with them. I don't know what you're saying. Did Jesus?
I'm going to go back to what you said when we were talking about who to go to if there's a theological dispute, and I asked you, would you go to the Caliph? And you said not necessarily. Probably not. You said.
Yes, because what I'm saying is, if you look at the history, did Joseph go to a university? Did Yunus go to a university?
Well, let's talk about universities.
Same case is here. Same case. If the God is running with that Jamaat, then obviously,
whoever fulfills that role, they would have to be incredibly knowledgeable. They would really have to be a top class theologian, wouldn't they?
Exactly.
A top class scholar for that role.
All design is from God. It's not my design. Because
my brother Daud,
they're always there.
Brother Daud,
let's 14 people came after Moses.
I cannot drink water because I am fasting already, but I guess maybe you can. Please drink some water, brother. Cool down. Let's be intelligible for the listeners as well. You are the one who is telling us that in every century there is going to be a Mujaddid or a reviver.
Yes.
Hadith does not. Let me complete, brother. Now, please, don't interrupt, brother. It does not say anything that if there are 5 Khalifas, one of them can be. It does not say anything at all. Now look at this one. Right now, within this 15th century, so far you have the 5 Caliph. Was any one of them a Mujaddid?
I don't know. Mujaddid, we don't even know the names. We just.
No problem. Wait, my brother, wait. Why
don't you let me answer, Professor? Because we don't even can 100% say that these. I mean, I think Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani was one of them. Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi was there because of their works. We
are talking about the 15th century, my brother. 15th century.
Brother, because they never claim. This is the problem. So this is not. I said God.
Mujaddid have to claim. Wait. Do Mujaddid have to claim?
Claim? No. Don't have to claim. This is the problem. But it's God.
Don't have to claim. Simple.
But what I'm saying from their works, we can.
Who is the one, brother? Please. If you know that either one of these 5 caliphs is a Mujaddid, tell us. If you don't know, simply say I don't know.
No, let me tell you. That's what I'm going to answer. Tell me about them. We'll talk, because you're not trying to understand. Let's talk about the Mujaddidin and the past, because when you know the future, you go.
I think to answer to your question, Muhammad, is no.
13 Mujaddidin has already come. So how do you know them? Exactly same knowledge will have. You're not understanding it.
Wait. Declan, right now, Declan, I have the clip ready from the current 5th Caliph.
Oh, good. Okay, that's it. Let's see what he says.
Let me, because he's gonna talk in the Urdu language, so I'm gonna translate. I will play it bit by bit, and I will translate as well. And let's see that on the same concept of Mujaddid or the reviver, what is he saying? And is it in line with what Prophet Muhammad has said? That's the main point.
Okay.
Now let me bring it on the screen. In the meantime, you can talk. I'll bring it.
Are you pleased? It's so far, though. This is almost like a rehearsal for next Friday night.
Exactly.
So it's good. It's good that we've had this. This is a warm up.
Yeah.
It's good to talk. It's good to talk this way.
Yes, because Rasulullah has said that in every century there is one, so we have to believe that. But we do not know. But when I say Sheikh Abdul Qadir, Sayyid Abdul Qadir Jilani is there because of his work. Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi because of his work. And there are 13. I have a list of 13 with me, but I can be wrong there. But
you definitely agree that there is going to be one in this century, don't you?
Because Rasulullah has said.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
He said like the moon has to come, so that thing has to come.
Yes. Well, you both agree on that at least.
Yes.
So, Declan, before I bring the video on the screen, because I don't want. Look, if Daud wants to change his position, I will not interfere. Okay, Daud, wait.
So this is what the 5th Caliph has said. The current Caliph.
Yes. I will bring it. Okay. Right. Now, do you agree? Do you still hold the position that according to Hadith, in every century there will be a reviver?
Yeah, Rasulullah yes, you just put the hadith on.
Okay, good. And even though you said that you don't know that who is the one in the 15th century, but you still believe that there's going to be one in every century, correct?
He does, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But mostly it be Khalifa.
Okay, and each reviver is for 100 years, correct? Then the new one comes.
Yes.
So Declan, everything is clear
Right.
to you,
Yeah,
Declan,
it's
now?
very clear. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, now I bring the video and we will watch together and we will discuss. And if I mistranslate something, you are more than welcome, Daud, to correct my translation.
No problem. Imtiaz, you're doing a very nice job. That's all. There's no problem. Go on.
Okay, Declan. Okay, Declan. What I will.
Is this a video of the Caliph speaking?
Yes, video. Yes.
आसलम के बाद वो 100 साल के
So what I will do, Declan, is that I will play it bit by bit and I will translate in the presence of Daud.
Okay.
Let's listen to all of it and then we can do that. No problem.
Yes.
हैं अगर हर सेंचुरी जितने मुजद्दद आते थे आसलम के बाद वो 100 साल के हर सदी के ऊपर
He said that, Declan, that whichever reviver was coming after Prophet Muhammad, it was coming for 100 years. Let's move.
हैं अगर हर सेंचुरी के ऊपर मुजद्दद आते
He said that in every century, a reviver was coming.
Yes.
आप जब आए तो आखिरी 1000 साल के लिए आए
He said that when Mirza Ghulam Qadiani came, now he is the reviver for 1000 years.
ठीक है आपका दौर 1000 साल का दौर है
He said that the tenure of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani as the reviver of the 14th century, he said his tenure is for 1000 years.
ठीक है लास्ट 1000 साल है उसका
He said, and this 1000 year is the last 1000 year of this world.
ज़माना है और जो खिलाफत है वो खलीफा जो है खलीफतुल मसीह कहलाता है
He said that the Caliph of Ahmadiyya is called the Caliph of the Messiah.
मसीह मौत का खलीफा कहलाता है ना ठीक है पहले 4 खुलफाए राशिदीन जो थे वो आसलम के खुलफा और वही खिलाफत छोटे लेवल पे कंटिन्यू रही पॉकेट
He said that the initial 4 Caliph of Islam, they were the Caliphs of Prophet Muhammad. But now the Caliphs are called the Caliphs of the Messiah.
इसमें मुख्तलिफ जगहों पे आखिर में जो फाइनल खिलाफत आई वो हज़रत मुहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की आई जिनका दौर 1000 साल का है
He said that now the final caliphate of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, it came for 1000 years.
उनका पीरियड ही 1000 साल की मौत का और हज़रत मसीह मौत की खिलाफत ही चल रही है खलीफतुल मसीह कहलाता है
He said that now this caliphate of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani will continue for 1000 years.
इसलिए ये है ही 1000 साल में खत्म होकर वो नए सिरे से अल्लाह ताला क्या सिस्टम
He said that after this 1000 years, things will come to an end and we don't know what Allah will do then.
लाता है फिर किस तरह किन लोगों को ऊपर लाता है कहीं कौन सी नस्ल पैदा होती है उसमें फिर कैसा आदम होता है ये दुनिया कंप्लीटली ब्लैक होल में चली जाती है और
He said that this entire universe may go into a black hole and then a new big bang may happen and a new system, a new species like human beings may emerge. He said, we don't know, but as long as this system of this world is intact, this is the last 1000 years, and for this entire 1000 years, this is the revivership of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, and within his revivership, there is the caliphate of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, which will continue for this 1000 years. And at the end of 1000 years, this system of the universe will come to an end. And then he said, I don't know if everything will go into a black hole and a new big bang will happen, a new species will emerge. He said, I don't know, but there will be an entirely new system. Now, before you respond, Brother Daud Nasir, so Declan, you remember that I was repeatedly saying one thing, that the hadith he was quoting and the hadith Mirza Ghulam Qadiani was using for himself, that there will be a reviver for every century. Hadith does not say at all that there will be a reviver of 14th century and then he will become the reviver for rest of the world for 1000 years. And then the interesting thing is, Declan, that 1000 years is the total age left of this world. And then there will be a new Big Bang, new something.
So as we stand, we have less than 900 years. Yeah.
Exactly. And but one thing he made it very clear, that there's not going to be any revival for this rest of the 900 years. Now, obviously, there are many things we can raise, Declan, but we just want to raise one question at a time. And that question is, Daud was telling us from the hadith, because hadith was apparently very clear, that revival is in every century. How come that Mirza Ghulam Qadiani becomes the revival for 1000 years?
No, he changed the rule, didn't he?
Yes. Now, yes, Daud.
No. You didn't understand it. That 100 rule is always the same. I will think of one hadith. Rasulullah says, my century is the best. Then be the second century lower. When people will lower, then the third century will be like. It will always happen like. Jamaat Ahmadiyya will have no difference. That's all. Jamaat Ahmadiyya is having hard time at this time. Soon as the next century will come, the third century there will be no force as big as powerful as Jamaat Ahmadiyya. Then people will start doing the same things that the older people have been doing. This is a law. Obviously, I tell you what, they will break into, hold on a second, let me tell you, Ahmadis don't like this sentence, but I'll tell you, they will again, like the Jesus people when they were divided into 73, they will do that again. And then somebody else will come. Hold on a second, this system of that human is the same is that slowly they start going out. When they are in a problem, no problem. But when
George, you're not responding to what the Caliph said in that video.
I'm understanding. I'm saying the law is always the same. This is going to be.
Well, that's not what the Caliph said there, is it?
He said it, but you didn't understand it. He was
Wow.
answering the request. Oh,
I
come
think
on.
I did.
I was translating
Come on,
everything
come
he
on,
said.
come on.
Unless there was something in the interpretation, I understood what Muhammad read out in English. Unless you disagree that he said something different.
Let me give you.
I think it was pretty clear what the Caliph said.
Prophet has, hold on a second. Everything is our ummah is going to be 100% copy the ummah of Hazm. 100%. People will be like Jews and things, and he's called everything to them. Exactly everything will happen like that. And what has happened to Messiah, it will happen to us too. Because that system is always going to, God will bring another person. If the Khalifa is the right one, one of the Khalifa will be there. But this thing has to go. There's never going to be a time that everybody will become like a Moses or everybody a prophet. These Ahmadis, what you say today, are very righteous, very good. And then when the time will come, many people, then they will say they become so great, they become Ahmadis because the time comes like that. But what I'm saying that the time will come to them. What happened to Muslims will happen to them.
My brother Daud. Declan, now you can see my point. When I was getting reassurance that Daud was agreeing with me before I presented the clip, Daud said that yes, I agree. There is going to be a revival for every century. And then he said that even though I don't know who's the one for this 15th century, but there's definitely going to be one for every century.
George, you simply can't get out of that one.
No, can't get it. No,
you can't get out of that one because we've listened to what you said, what Muhammad said, and then you played the Caliph. It's quite clear that what you were saying wasn't true.
I think it's a little bit too much for you, but what I'm saying is the system.
I don't think it is actually. I think it was pretty clear.
The system will always work like that. After the main prophet, the people go over there when they become strong, then they become cruel and all that. And I tell you that I can also tell you, according to us, a time of another prophet will come in about 3-4 centuries, because people say, where you come from? They will say, well, they are the prophecies. Tell you, this system will always go like that. People will change. And they will become even cruel like the others become. So they are the same people. The same system will go to the end of the world.
My interpretation is that Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, he changed the rule to 1,000 years. No. And the Caliph is actually feathering his ownness there, isn't he?
He has said that, but he said that if the Khilafat is that, if the God is made...
Well, of course it's going to continue for 1,000 years, and probably it'll continue in his bloodline, won't it?
That is in Quran. This word has only... 500 years.
Okay, let's end with this one. Okay, brother Declan, look at this one.
You don't understand all that. I don't want you
to. George, you're using humor to deflect that on this particular point you've lost, and you've lost really badly. So you can laugh all you like. You're laughing at your defeat.
Let me tell you
on this particular point. There's no ways that you could say that you haven't been beaten on this particular point, because you've been beaten fair and square.
Let me tell you another. Imtiaz, please give me one little bit.
You're laughing at your defeat, but laugh away.
Okay, hold on a second. All I'm saying is, let's tell you the new thing is we Punjabis. And let me this new subject. Punjab is the capital of religions of the whole world. Do you know? Because that is the place where all big religions have conquered and ruled. There is.
Can we discuss the actual point?
Hold on a second. So no, he's saying that he's not understanding. I'm saying that there is a mile of difference between our position and the position of an English person or American, with their only Christian. They have no idea for the religions. We have a history that all big religions, Muslims 700 years, Hindus before that, 650 years, the British all that ruled that part, but that's the only part. So we have that facility in Punjab, that we have a lot of knowledge on these issues, and we know all those things, and that's why we become skilled, like Germans have become skilled in iron. So this is what I'm saying, that this is a position that we know a lot of things, and sometimes it becomes difficult. So go on.
Okay, thank you. Declan, I just want to make one, because you remember, Declan, I said early on, there are many things that can be raised as a question from this one clip. Brother, let me complete, brother. Look at this one, brother Declan. I'm sure that you are aware of this particular theological position of Ahmadiyya, where they are claiming in the public that the prophethood is continued and prophets can come. Right, Declan?
Yes, always.
Okay, wait, please wait.
Nowadays, you need a prophet in every city.
Why, please? Okay, now look at this one. The Caliph is telling us there is not even going to be a reviver after Mirza Ghulam Qadiani up till the end of this world.
No, he's not telling that. He is not telling. That's a different.
Can you allow me to complete? Is it okay? I can complete my point, brother.
Okay, go on.
If you don't interrupt me, I will really appreciate that.
Okay, thank you.
Declan, the Caliph is saying, the Caliph was saying 3 things. And by the way, if he wants me to again play the clip, we can do that. even though at that time I was translating bit by bit.
Well, I wish you would play it again because it was the only time he wasn't laughing because he knew how serious it was. Because you knew that the Caliph was contradicting everything that you had just said.
Okay.
So
do
you
want me
went very serious on that
Okay,
point.
now
And
do you
that's your Caliph. You laugh away at your Caliph, but that's your Caliph.
not
And you would
really.
think that your Caliph knows more than you. Or you would hope that he would know them more than you. You shouldn't be the Caliph.
Okay, Declan, for the sake of people, because there are many people who join afterwards. Declan, it won't take long.
Yeah, play it again if you can. Yeah.
Okay, I will play it again, Declan, and I will translate it again bit by bit. And wherever I mistranslate, Daud has the right to interrupt. Is it okay?
Put your hand up. Yeah, put your hand up, and Muhammad will stop.
Okay, now let me put on the screen again.
होता है उसके बाद नया एवोल्यूशन होता है ये अल्लाह बेहतर जानता है
So I will play again from the start.
तो जितने मुजद्दिद आते थे आसलम के बाद वो 100 साल के हर सदी के ऊपर आते
He said that whichever reviver was coming after Prophet Muhammad, it was coming for 100 years at every century.
हैं अभी हर सेंचुरी के ऊपर एक मुजद्दिद आते
He said in every century a revival used to come.
आप जब आए तो आखिरी 1000 साल के लिए आए
He said when Mirza Ghulam Qadiani came, i.e. in the 14th century, he came for the last, Declan, note the word. He said the Mirza Ghulam Qadiani came for the last 1000 years. And then he will explain now in the next part that what he meant by last.
ठीक है आपका दौर 1000 साल का दौर है
He said the tenure of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani is for 1000 years.
ठीक है जो 1000 साल है
He said last 1000 years.
उसका ज़माना और जो खिलाफत है वो खलीफा जो है खलीफतुल मसीह कहलाता है मसीह मौत का खलीफा कहलाता है ना ठीक है पहले 4 खुलफाए राशिदीन जो थे वो आसलम के खुलफा थे और वही खिलाफत
He said that back in the days, there were 4 caliphs of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. They used to be called as Caliph of the Prophet. He said now the Caliph is called Caliph of the promised Messiah.
छोटे लेवल पे कंटिन्यू रही पॉकेट्स में मुख्तलिफ जगहों पे आखिर में जो फाइनल खिलाफत आई वो
He said, Declan, these words are very important. He said that at the end, when the final caliphate came,
मुस्लिम इस्लाम की आई जिनका दौर 1000 साल का
it came for 1000 years. Now that there are 2 words which are still need to be explained, and he will do that now, what he meant by final and last.
द पीरियड 1000 साल मौत का
He said the period of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani is necessarily for 1000 years.
और हज़रत मसीह मौद की खिलाफत ही चल रही है खलीफतुल मसीह कहलाता है
He said it is his caliphate which is continued, and now that's why the Khalifa or the Caliph is called Caliph of the promised Messiah.
इसलिए ये है ही 1000 साल में
He said for this reason it is definitely for 1000 years.
खत्म होकर वो नए सिरे से अल्लाह ताला क्या सिस्टम
He said that after it will end, then what new system Allah will make?
लाता है फिर किस तरह किन लोगों को ऊपर लाता है कहीं कौन सी नस्ल पैदा होती है
He said that we don't know that which other race is born, what Allah does, what new system comes.
उसमें फिर कैसा आदम होता है ये दुनिया कंप्लीटली
He said that we don't know that how this universe will look like.
ब्लैक होल में चली जाती है
Either everything goes into the black hole
और एक नया बिग बैंग होता है
and another big bang happens
उसके बाद नया एवोल्यूशन होता है कि अल्लाह बेहतर
and another evolution happens.
जानते हैं
He said God knows better. Now, before we go any further, because this discussion is, Declan, actually very important, and it's going to solve many puzzles in a very simple way. So one thing, obviously, we said enough back and forth, that there's one thing for sure, that the hadith, according to Daud Nasir, the hadith was appointing a revival for 100 years, but Mirza Ghulam Qadiani is appointed for 1000. That is one thing Daud Nasir can never address. He tried, but he did not address, to be honest. Okay, now I am moving on to second most important theological position of Ahmadiyya. Now, Declan, Caliph is telling us that this is the last and final 1000 year of this world. And for this last and final 1000 year, not even a revival will come.
No.
It will only be the Caliph, the Caliphate, number one. And number two, he is making it very clear that what he is meant by last and final. He said that after that, things will come to an end. He said, we don't know, there may be a new Big Bang, a new evolution. What will happen, we don't know. But as long as this world is concerned, it is going to come to an end with this 1000 year. That's why he was again and again referring last and final 1000 year. Now, and last point is, Declan, and if you want, I can bring the proof for that one as well. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani said, the total age of this universe is 7000 years. And that's why this the Khalifa or the Caliph was mentioning the last 7th millennium, in which we are living right now. Now, my question is very simple. I'm not going to repeat the question of revival. We have said enough on that, Declan. I'm going to ask the question that if there is not going to be a reviver, even a reviver, and Declan, I will present the proof if I am asked. This point, Daud Bhai, you have never heard before, so please pay attention. You have never heard before. Declan, 9 days before his death, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani said something very important. He said, as far as the prophethood is concerned, that continued from Adam to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And then he said, after that, God promised that he will bring the revival. So now Declan, he is giving us two systems. One is system of the prophet, which was according to his own statement, which was from Prophet Adam to Prophet Muhammad. And he said once this system came to an end, in replacement to that, God gave another system of revival. And now Caliph is telling us there is no more revival after Mirza Ghulam Qadiani. And this is something Mirza Ghulam Qadiani has also said, Declan. Now Declan, obviously I'm going in a long detail, but this context was very important.
No, you're highlighting the contradictions. Yeah.
So if after the prophethood, the other system given by God according to Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, there was a system of revival. And Caliph is telling us there's no more revival. How can there be a prophet?
Well, that's a good question.
Yes,
God, have you the answer to that question? I'm sure you have.
Yes, I think this is where it comes to information. That's a different subject. That no. I will answer that. There's no answer to it, but I'm going to tell you the truth because I'm skilled in this job. I tell you this. This is what I'm saying. Number one, the life of this universe from Quran, from the verse of Wal Asr, Innal Insana Billahi Minash Shaitani Innal Insana Lafi Khusr Illa Allazina Amanu wa Amilu Salih. It is proved from there. It's a long subject to be discussed. The life of this universe, our planet, is only 7,000. It is proved from there. I mean, this is a long subject we can talk on that. After 7,000 years, this word has only space for that 7,000 and limit. The word will stop again. This word will finish in another word, and God knows how many words. But the system, what presented by Quran, is that this is 7,000. There's another. No, second question. He said that prophets, if they have their time, actually the Prophet Hazrat has said that his time is 1,000 years, but actually if you look at it, it's the time of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa Sallam till Qiyamah. Rasulullah Sallam is a prophet till Qiyamah, till forever. But still, his people needed Mujaddideen. That's a different subject. He said the time of promised Messiah is 1,000 years left. That's all. But it doesn't mean to say that his people will be very perfect, more perfect than the Prophet Muhammad, that they will not change. They will definitely change. That's a different thing altogether. He has not said that they will not come. All I'm saying is that if God has made the Khalifas, then Mujaddid is normally come in from the Khilafat at that time. So this is that God will bring those people anyway. But because it happened, it's a need of there, it will happen. He has not, that will not come. So it is, you have not understood properly what I'm saying. It doesn't mean to say that the time is there and in the problem. If Muhammad Rasulullah needed Mujaddideen and the Messiah, why will the Messiah will not need the village people? Ahmadis will become angels or something? No, they will walk exactly on the same lines the first century is the best, the second century, in the time will come, they'll be very powerful, and then the poor people will start from us, exactly like Jews had 73 sects. We will make also 73 sects, because that's a rule. I don't know what you're talking about. This is all we say, future is going to be like past. If you see the past, then you'll say this will happen to the people too, and there'll be need for that, and it will happen. I mean, a lot of Ahmadis say, why you say this? I don't understand. The system has to go like that. Soon as in few years, I tell you what.
Had you ever seen that video of the Caliph before?
No, I have
not. Was
that
your first time to see that?
No, but he has answered that. But I understand the theory.
No, have you seen that video? The video clip that Muhammad.
I know all these stuff before.
No, but have you seen that particular video clip?
Not particular video, but I have learned on all these three subjects from Hazrat Masih Maud. He has prophesied another prophet coming very soon. So I'm saying is that these things are all subject to that. You have to see everything. You just see a very small thing. That's what you're puzzled. I have this 7,000 thing from the Quran is another subject. And 1,000 years of promised Messiah is something. A promised Messiah has promised another Khalifa is coming. Another prophet is coming. Prophet cannot be an independent prophet, though. It has to be an Ummati prophet. But the time will need that. Time will come when Ahmadis will walk on the same lines as the previous has walked. So that time it will be needed another person. Khalifa has not said that they will not come. They will come.
Muhammad.
Declan, just one quick thing. Look, for the sake of our comprehension, Declan, obviously, first of all, I don't need to say, because I have always seen you a reasonable gentleman, but I put you under oath. Did he answer my question?
No, he didn't. I'm afraid. No, seriously, Dodd.
Tell me what did I say?
The first part this evening started off really, really well, and you did answer questions directly. But as the debate intensified, it's very hard to get a really straight answer out of you. And I'm particularly disappointed in what you said before. Muhammad showed that video clip, and he showed it twice. It did. I mean, the contradiction with what you said, and that is I'm sure the viewers will have picked up on that.
Yes, but if you just tell me what I said, that'd be great.
Even you don't know what you said.
No, I said clearly. I said these subjects. I know these subjects. 7,000 years is the life of the land.
We did not ask you about this, brother.
another
my brother Daud, my brother,
all I said was that
I
these
made
people
all
are the
statements.
people that go exactly on the same lines as the previous people.
Daud brother,
What
just
special
to
do we
make
have?
it comprehensible for the other people as well, and for Declan, just to make it easy things for Declan. Okay, did you say, brother Daud? Did you say before I played the clip? Did you say that there is going to be a reviver in every century?
Yes,
He did. Yeah.
still.
And
I
did
said,
you? And brother, wait. And Khalifa said that for 1,000 years there will be no more reviver.
he never said no. He never said that. He said this is just the time of the promised Messiah, just like the whole time till Qiyamah is of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It doesn't mean there will be no revival. See, he has just said that only 1,000 years are left, and this will, but the system will go again. The time actually is a promised Messiah. You can say now it's exactly the same word as we can say.
Well, he didn't hold that much hope after the 1,000 years was up. It was all doom and gloom, wasn't it?
No, yes, that's what he said.
No, he never said that. He said it. No, you don't
Okay,
understand.
Declan, okay, Declan, look at this one. Declan, do you remember that when I was translating, I said that wherever I mistranslate, you can interrupt.
It's not Imtiaz, I tell you this. Honestly speaking, this is too much.
Look, you know, a lot of your viewers, a high percentage of your viewers will speak the language, Muhammad, and they'll be able to know what the Caliph said themselves.
Okay, brother Daud. Did Caliph say that after this 1,000 year, I don't know, there may be a new Big Bang, a new evolution, a new race?
He did say that. He said he knew what I'm saying is from Quran.
No. I'm not about the argument. Did he say this?
Of course, he was mentioning the same thing. What was in Quran?
But did he say this?
What do you mean to say this?
Did he say that after this 1,000 year?
Yeah. He said, I don't know how it will happen.
Let me ask you the question. Calm down.
Yeah.
Did he say that initially the revivers were coming for 100 years,
Yeah.
but then Mirza Ghulam Qadiani came as a reviver for 1,000 years?
Yeah.
It changed.
I'm not
And,
talking.
brother, wait, and his 1,000 year is the last and the final. And
That is
then
what
he
it will come.
then he explained the last and the final by telling us that after that, I don't know, there may be another Big Bang, another
That's a
evolution.
different subject. After 1,000 years. After 1,000 years, something different.
And
What
for
is
this
that?
1,000 years, okay, wait.
One 1,000 years, the
Okay, now,
Mujahideen will come.
put it different.
They will
Brother Daud, did Caliph say that after Mirza Ghulam Qadiani in every century a revival will come?
If somebody would asked him, he would have said that he may be a Khalifa. He would have said it. Nobody. If the questioner didn't ask him, probably he's answering what angle he said it.
No problem. Okay, no problem. Did he say?
If you ask him,
Did he say, brother Daud,
because people never change.
Brother Daud, did he say that the revivership of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani is for 1,000 years?
Yes, just like as it's the same sentence, like we can say this is all part of Rasulullah until Qiyamah.
He did not mention anything about Rasulullah.
When we say this is the age of Rasulullah, we say right. But
He did not say anything about his age. He simply
at
said,
that time we don't mention the Mujahideen.
just one comment. One quick comment. Wait, please wait. I have one humble request to Declan as well. Declan, can you please request Daud? I don't like this giggling and laughing because it just makes the whole discussion very non-serious.
It is, and particularly, well, yeah. I mean, I've already said, Daud, especially if Muhammad is putting references to the Quran and so on screen. Yeah, please be a little bit serious because you've come on this platform because you really wanted to enter.
No, what I'm saying, I'm not saying nothing. All I'm saying is that this is what you think is. I don't.
No, you can say, brother. You can say
I
whatever
mean,
you want.
this is
All
wrong.
I'm
I'm
saying
just
is,
giving you an example. I've just given you an example. The same.
My brother Daud.
You see, there are 73.
Brother Daud, listen, brother, please.
73 of Christians, 73 of Muslims. What will not happen to 73?
Muhammad, he's gone off on a total and complete tangent.
Please, Daud.
I'm also conscious of the time and that we need to shortly begin wrap up.
We will definitely end within 10 minutes with Daud, and then if you want to stay, Declan, just to hear any of the comments or feedback from the viewers, you are more than welcome. Or if whenever you want to leave, it's up to you, Declan.
No. I'm just conscious that we've gone over 3 hours.
Actually,
we've had a good rehearsal for Friday night, and obviously Friday night is going to be very passionate.
I mean,
Declan, just to wrap up the topic we were discussing, Declan. So
because at this point, let's go over this.
I just make my final comment. I won't go into any further. So, Declan, on the basis of the translation you heard with regard to the clip of the Caliph, is it not true that the Caliph is comparing the tenure of the previous revivers with the tenure of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani? Is it clear?
Yes.
And he's saying that the tenure of the previous reviver is 100 and tenure of Mirza Sahib is 1,000
years.
And this 1,000 year is the last and final 1,000 year of this earth.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, we're about 890 years left.
Exactly. Now,
21.
now the whole point.
Thereabouts, haven't
The whole point was, Declan. The whole point was, before playing the clip, Dawood Nasir said there will be a reviver in every city.
You were very confident, Daud.
Okay.
Very confident.
Lastly, last point was also very significant point, Brother Declan, that this Ahmadiyya movement, they are having a theological position in the public that the prophethood is continuing. But Caliph is telling us that in this last 1,000 years, not even a reviver can come.
I didn't see that.
He didn't see that. Look, you can watch the recording of this, and you can see the Caliph's tape in your own time.
I think if somebody would ask him, he would have answered the way I said. According to us, this is human nature. They always do that. It changes and slowly. So we can see the future in the past. We are going to on the same lines as the Christians went. We're going to on the same lines as the Jews went. They always will be there and all that. That is need the food, the spiritual food will be necessary. But we're not any special people more than Christians or more than the Jews and the Muslims. This system is going to go always. Like there's going to be need and God will provide.
Thank you. So Declan, because I mentioned earlier that I'm going to show two references. One is where Mirza Ghulam Qadiani is telling us that after the system of prophethood, God gave a replacement in the form of system of revival. So that is the first reference in that, as you can see the date, 17th of May 1908. As I said before, just 9 days before.
That's close to before he died, yeah.
Yes, 9 days before he said that the revelation of prophethood continued from Adam to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After that, God made a promise that I will send revivers to revive the religion.
That's it. Always.
So this was the reference, Declan, which I made a point that Mirza Ghulam Qadiani is telling us that the system of revival is an alternative to the system of prophethood. And this system of revivals has come to an end with Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, let alone the prophethood. Look at the second reference, in which Mirza Ghulam Qadiani is actually also saying the same thing which Caliph was saying, that he is the last reviver. So Ruhani Khazain, i.e. the compilation of his books, volume 22, page 201. He said that Ahlus Sunnah, which Dawood said that he belongs to Ahlus Sunnah. He said Ahlus Sunnah are agreed upon on one thing, and that is the last reviver of this ummah will be the promised Messiah, and he will appear in the end time. So this was exactly the same thing which Caliph was also elaborating, that he came as a last reviver for rest of the 1,000 years of the age of this earth. So the case is very simple, Brother Dawood. The prophethood, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani admitted, has already ended. After that, there was a system of revivals, and that came to an end with Mirza Ghulam Qadiani as well. So there were only two systems, when both of them have come to an end. What is the point to say prophethood is continuing?
No, in the system, what you know is saying that, you see, if put that again, I will just translate for you and explain to you again. Put that thing out. He is saying Malfuzat means from Adam to Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu. This system of revelation was there, right? After that, God promised, after Rasulullah sallallahu, that Tajdeed, he will bring the Mujadid. He never said, hold on a second. Always, it means that until Adam, it was Silsila Wahi. He is talking about something else, Wahi, which is the Wahi of Rasulullah sallallahu, that he sent from there to, if Hazrat Masih Maud would have meant there, then how can he call himself prophet? Then you see, less an Ummati prophet can come. 70 minutes. Adam to Salam, the system of revelation was continued. And after that, from Rasulullah, he's saying he will pay Mujadid. He's counting himself also a kind of a Mujadid. He's saying after that, to make the deen new.
My brother Dawood, did Mirza Ghulam Qadiani say in this quote that he is the last reviver?
No, he says he's Mujadid. He's making himself also a Mujadid.
No, I'm asking you the question. Did he call himself the last reviver? Akhri Mujaddad is Ummat ka Masih Maud.
Yeah, only for the Ummat Muhammadiyah. He's the last, but he is talking about himself.
My brother Dawood, the revivers, brother Dawood, wait, brother Dawood, please. The revivers were going to come. Dawood, please listen to the question. Listen to the question, my brother. Listen to the question first. The revivers were going to come in the ummah of Prophet Muhammad, correct?
After he said, there will always be Mujaddideen. Yes.
Brother Dawood, the revivers were going to come in the nation of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, correct?
Always.
And Mirza Ghulam Qadiani is calling himself the last reviver, correct?
No, that's a different thing.
Okay, wait. Akhri Mujaddid. No, wait. My brother, translate the word Akhri Mujaddid.
If you just listen to
I said translate the term Akhri.
You become hyper. Hold on a second.
Nobody is hyper. Nobody is hyper.
Look, you are not giving me time. This is the
Now
problem.
you have no idea that how much patience we have.
I let you speak that long. And now I'm just
Now,
giving my
You can speak. You can. Nobody will interrupt you.
Let me
Listen,
speak.
my brother. Listen. After that, you can
This
speak.
is the problem.
My brother, listen.
Declan said to me,
Why,
there's
please,
a fair of time. I don't know what it is.
complete my sentence? Can you allow me to complete? I know it happens at the end. I know it happens at the end. All I'm saying is, Declan.
Just
Mirza Ghulam
give
Qadiani-
Muhammad just answer his question, Jordan. Then he wouldn't have to keep repeating it.
This is what I'm saying. Declan said.
Declan, I'm asking. This is my question, Declan.
We got the time.
Sorry, sir. Daud. My question is this: did Mirza Ghulam Qadiani use
Exactly what
My
Adnan
brother
does.
Daud. Did Mirza Ghulam Qadiani use two Urdu words? One is Akhri, the other is Mujaddid. Akhri mean last, Mujaddid mean reviver. Why are you laughing?
Because you're not letting me answer, then you're not understanding it properly too. I am
So I'm
understanding.
not giving answer to the question.
But what's the problem with you? I can answer what I think. Do you want me to answer your thing? I mean, I'm saying this is my view. So what's the
I'm
problem?
asking you to answer the question.
I'm saying this. I'm answering it. We're giving my view, not your view, because your view is wrong. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying that you are not understanding it properly. That's a different thing, different answer. Meaning of that is there, and this is there. I'm not here to say what you are saying, because to me, according to my way, you have misunderstood this. That's what you let me talk, and people will listen to that. I mean, we disagree on something. No problem. What's the problem?
We are waiting for the answer.
No, not waiting. So if you keep it, so put that thing again, and I will tell you what's the meaning of that. Put that, because that is a completely different thing, and there he's answering something else. So if you put that, I will give you, then people will understand. On one place, he is saying this: the God has put that after. When we say normally, there's a difference in saying. When we say the prophet is Rasulullah, though other prophets were there, and the time from there till Qiyamah is time of Rasulullah. Though it can be said the time from Masih Maud is also there, but what I'm saying is the actual time is for that. And from there, Mujaddideen were always needed. If the Mujaddideens were needed but such a big prophet, what about a small Ummati prophet? His people will go astray anyway. So this is they are needed, and there's a need of it, and the system will always go on. Though it is true that if God has appointed somebody a Khalifa, because if God presents, then God will solve those problems through that Khalifa, and that Khalifa will be the Mujaddid of the time too. That's what we believe. We don't believe that God on one side believes if God makes Khilafah on one side, and then he cannot have, if the Khilafah is under God, then God will bring that too. So this is our view, that it will always be need there, and that will come. Mujaddideen will always come, because new problems will come, and we will, Ahmadis will go exactly on the same lines the Christians went, the Muslims went, the Jews went, and the other nations went. We will go to it. The time will come when they will become, again, they will become maybe 73 sects as well, because that's a system, and God will provide them such Mujaddideen. If God has made that a Khalifa, then obviously it will not look like that.
You're repeating yourself. Can I talk now? Can I talk now?
No. I've told you everything. I said this is my view. If you don't,
can I talk now?
Hold on a second. Have you understood my view? Have you understood my view? That's good. No, you can talk whatever you. But this is my view. Is that
Thank you very much. Thank you. We got it.
This will always come. Yes.
We got it. Thank you very much. So first of all, Declan, I'm not gonna go after this turn. This is my. I promise. This is my last turn. I'm not gonna go after this one. Okay, Declan, there are two things.
Yes.
Let me talk with her now. Did
talk something else now. Forget it. We're gonna go to something else.
Let me just complete now. Okay. So one is when you are saying, Mr. Daud, that there is always every century needs a Mujaddid. You are not answering me. You are defeating your Caliph.
No, I'm not, because you didn't understand him. Because
can I complete?
You just not ask about. He said this is the time.
That's the problem, Daud. I don't interrupt you, and then you interrupt me.
Yes, but that's okay. But now you're saying, so that's what I said, that you didn't understand.
Okay, you can talk as much as you want. Then I will talk. You can talk.
No. Okay, go on.
You can give your final say on this one. Please go ahead.
Do please, and then because I don't think we're going to.
That statement, somebody asked, gave a very little answer, and then but. Will there be Mujaddideen again? Yes or no? Had somebody ever asked him, then probably would have been serious. But as a matter of fact, our belief is not there. Our belief is that always Mujaddideen in some shape will be needed for the people, and the same thing will happen to Ahmadis also. What has happened to the old people? I mean, we don't maybe.
Well, you're divided into 73.
Maybe yes. Why? The same people?
Okay, no,
like that. I personally think.
Are you done now? Are you done now?
You already started.
So there could possibly be 73 groups of Ahmadiyas.
Looks like. Why not?
Okay, Declan, you remember I said that you can give your final say and then I will talk. Is it okay now? I can talk now?
Yeah, please.
We'll
wrap this up, Chad.
You've done enough.
No problem. Let me give because people want to hear my final say, obviously. So there are two things that Brother Daud, which you need to please consider. First is that Daud, when you are repeatedly saying that if Prophet Muhammad needs revival, how come Mirza Ghulam Qadiani did not need revival?
Yes,
I'm telling you, in saying this, in making this statement, you are opposing your Caliph because he's the.
I'm not. I'm not.
Daud, can you please?
You didn't understand. I'm saying you.
You didn't interrupt Declan now.
You say that I'm opposing. I say that you didn't understand.
So-
Do we stay here?
But please allow me to complete. You already said your laughing is very painful, to be honest.
But Dord, Ahmadiyya's mainly, you worship your Caliph, whatever Caliph it is. You guys really latch on to every word the Caliph says. Correct?
Okay, now,
In my experience of Ahmadiyya's, and I've only had 7 or 8 years.
Declan, can you please request Daud to complete my final statement without interrupting?
There was a different question.
Declan, can you request him to make me my final statement?
You cannot.
Dord, let Muhammad make his final statement.
Okay, go on, make his final statement. He was.
Okay, that is one thing. Secondly, Declan, because I was listening to him very carefully, he was trying to allude that as though as the caliphs will be filling the position of the reviver. This is what he was. Now the problem is Declan. Initially, when we asked him that so far in this 15th century you have 5 caliphs. So
of
which
course.
one you are?
And Dord, he's going to say that because they wouldn't accept somebody who's outside the Ahmadiyya movement.
Yes.
The person has to be within the Ahmadiyya movement.
Exactly. And secondly, Declan, the problem is that on the one hand, he's telling us there's going to be one reviver in 1 century. You already got 5 candidates here, and you are not even going to pick one of them. You said, I don't know which one is it. So if you don't even know, what is the point of God giving us reviver if we don't even know who's the reviver?
Well, Dord, you particularly liked the second Caliph, didn't you? You said he was the more knowledgeable of the whole 5.
Go.
Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes.
You did. Okay.
Yeah, and then
Maybe he is. I don't know because it's.
And then Declan, the interesting thing is now. Wait. Then Declan, the interesting thing is Declan, you have already seen on the screen, Declan. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani said that promised Messiah is the last reviver. In Urdu, he said in black and white, and this is exactly what the 5th Caliph was telling people, that Mirza Ghulam Qadiani came as a reviver. And now he will remain to be the reviver for the last and final 1,000 years. And this was the interpretation now when Mirza Ghulam Qadiani called himself last reviver. So the Caliph is telling us the last and final mean for rest of the 1,000 years, he will be the reviver. And Daud Nasir is saying exactly opposite to that. That no. There will be a revival in every century.
You're going to be in trouble with the Caliph, Dord, aren't you? The Caliph will be on the phone to you, or somebody from his office will be on the phone to you. You're going to get it taken off.
I will love it. I'll have a chance to speak to him.
You're going to be in trouble.
Yes, no problem. If he calls me, that'll be great honor. I'll be thankful to you.
And with this, we end that topic, Declan. But I just have one concern. I want to raise that concern. Despite the fact, Declan, that you are continuously reminding Daud that there is no point to have been giggling and laughing in a serious discussion.
I'm not laughing, man. I'm just.
Well, it's used as a mechanism, Daud, isn't it? It's used for 2 purposes. A, you want to disarm your opponent with laughter and mock them.
I always keep on smiling. This is my face. I don't know.
It's not, because I've seen that in one of the other Marubis, one of the London Marubis. He uses the same tactic.
No, it's not practice. What did I say? I mean, this is my.
It is. I've seen this used before, and it actually distracts from a serious debate, and it's actually provocative, and it's probably deliberately provocative.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is my concern.
I'm sorry. It's probably good that we had this more lengthier discussion tonight, because obviously Dord, you really have to address that before Friday night, because it is because what you were saying, Muhammad isn't laughing at what you were saying.
Muhammad is.
He doesn't laugh when you're speaking.
Was it?
No, he said that I as Muhammad Imtiaz was not laughing when you were speaking, because we're having a serious discussion.
You can do that if you want. No, I'm not laughing. I'm just, hold on. We are sitting like friends here, and some faces are like that. I'm that kind of guy. This is it. I don't, but you keep on. I've just said that this is I disagree on this. That's it. You should come to the next subject now. You don't have, because I cannot, I'm telling you, I know most of the things, these 3 subjects I know singly, and they are in that small meeting of children or something he is talking.